When we play the violin, particularly in fast or difficult passages, we want to feel centered and grounded with the violin relaxed upon our shoulder. However, we don't want to get this posture by stiffening and straining. We want to let our spine hold us up so that the muscles can relax. In Tai Chi, my teachers would talk about how the spine and the back of the head lift because they're trying to connect with heaven. The front of the body is considered more of a yin surface, so it is receptive. You can see how that works really well for the violin, because if we're completely focused on coming forward and receiving the bow, we are no longer supporting with our spine and we are out of alignment. Okay, so if we have our shoulders directly over our hips, over our knees, and then we feel the back of our head stretching up, our spine, our back spine stretching up. But rather than stiffening in the front still feels soft and receptive, while our back still feels strong and projecting. That's because it's considered the yang surface. So having those two thoughts at the same time will keep you from being too stiff and being too folded forward.
So we have to find the balance between those energies. So as you're standing there with your nice parallel feet directly under your shoulders and your loose knees, see if you can feel your lower back lengthening and your pelvis kind of relaxing under. Okay, and now put the violin up. Okay, oh, that looks really good. How's your lower back feel?
Very nice.
Okay, good. And now how about if you do but a really fast stroke? Does that feel easy to move? Right. Okay, and now just for kicks and giggles, do that and move around a bunch and see what happens. Move the violin. Okay, so report.
Less control,
Okay.
but free.
You feel freer.
Yes.
So this is that interesting conundrum of holding still and stiffening, or holding, moving around so much that you can't be accurate. Okay, so I thought you sounded just as good when you played fast and moved, but I wouldn't. So that's sort of interesting. I definitely need to hold my violin more still than you. You definitely need to move a little bit more. Okay, so I think my propensity is to move too much, and yours is to move too little. Interesting.
Yeah.
Now visualize your body as a tree with roots that reach all the way deep into the earth. And remember to let your bottom melt down and under. Can you feel that little, like you're sitting on a little chair back there and your root is going deep, deep down? Now put the violin up and keep feeling that rooted feeling and keep being very jiggly, okay? Okay, and maybe do like just an arpeggio across 4 strings, a Bayla Keyes. Does that feel easier to cross? Just for fun, straighten your legs.
Feel stiff.
Do the same thing. Yeah, do the same thing.
Well, yeah, a lot harder.
Yeah, and the sound is quite different. Yeah, that's good. I think this idea of staying rooted, but everything being kind of bouncy on top is a really good one for you and for me. So I call this posture little man, just because I need something to write in the music, right? I can't write all these adjectives, right? You know, relax, so your knees relax. So I just write the little man. And when I think little man, I relax my pelvis under, I jiggle my knees, and I feel my shoulders dropping through my hips, through my feet. And then my shoulders are no longer moving, and then I can move my hands very, very rapidly without having an effect on my entire body. And I call this posture little man, and I draw, just before I come to a passage, a rapid passage, I draw a little figure of a little man, and that reminds me to go into this relaxed posture. And I feel very even and not straining, right? Because I'm relaxing. So for example, here's a passage where you're going to be shifting and then you're going to be string crossing. And both of those I would describe as fast work. So just before this, you have a tutti. So you can, during the tutti, you can remind yourself of your little man posture so that when you come in, you're not doing something like this, but you're ready to rock and roll. Even something like this I would be moving. You see this? Because those are long bows, so I could afford a certain amount of movement. But then, here comes an arpeggio. Gira, drop. So it's always drop, center, ground yourself, and move. Move from that stable foundation.